When you see Kim on the stream, they be like KB on some other shit. Send them pussy niggas running straight back to the dealership. B, I'm in my spaceship. That's right, I work for NASA. That 3-eye atlas, not a fraud. Call that bitch my bodyguard. Call that bitch a bodyguard. Yeah, that's my bodyguard. Wear a lot of jewelry. Young don't do security. Nah. What's harder than the net? Wait. Was whiter than the napkin, harder than the dinner plate. If you want it, you get it. You know I say stupid straight. Ran up in my spot, no, now I'm working at the Super 8. No, y'all niggas hungry. Come and get a super plate. Wait, say happy birthday. Shit, I forgot the shit. Shout out to Young Jeezy. We got Snowman in the chat. That's what made me think. That's what made me think of Put On. That was my shit. Put On. It's a shame that other rapper transitioned, didn't it? Isn't that what happened to him? I don't know. I don't remember his name. Anyway, welcome everybody to the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I guess it's a safe space to celebration of please. It may not be a safe space much longer. Yo, y'all, I think we are looking at not quite an alien versus predator scenario. No, more like an alien versus Yahtzee scenario. But I'm pretty convinced that we will be facing down one or the other. Okay. This is this is what I think. Now, again, we can talk about a myriad of things, but I feel like, it feels like the blood pressure, the pressure, the tension. We're coming to a climax of energy. Unclear whether or not it's a good climax or a bad climax, but there is going to be some sort of release, some sort of catharsis of some sorts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I feel it in my bones, like a Tegan and Sarah song. You know what I'm saying? Remixed by Tiesto. Like I feel it in my bones. Yes. I'm knocking at your window. Anyway, come on in, everybody. Tonight is a call-in show. Will is off. We got good brother Almighty Latif on the ones and twos in the background handling the stream. So y'all give Latif some love in the chat. Big up to the rest of the moddom. What's up, Swery Fowries? Know who else we got in here? I think I see Francis in the building. Love to see it. So click the link at your leisure. You should see it rolling up about in the chat. It was almost too many things to talk about, but when we resume the Week in Whiteness, which will resume on its regularly scheduled program come Tuesday, when Will returns, woo, the whites have been busy out here harming children, and it's like, I need y'all to relax. Okay, I need y'all to take some time off from all this fuckery, because goddamn, there's so much to get into, gang. I should have looked a bit harder to confirm this. Maybe you guys can do this, or if you know for certain or whatever. But the second autopsy that was performed on the young man from Mississippi, Trey Reed, confirmed that he allegedly had blunt force trauma to the head, which absolutely disputes the findings of whoever the local Mississippi authorities are, who ruled that his death was a suicide. So there's that. There's obviously the continued kidnapping and disappearing of people from all over the country, basically from so-called Alligator Alcatraz, that concentration camp. Hundreds of people missing in ICE detention system. No one knows where they are. No one knows where they were sent, shipped. The occupation of Memphis, Tennessee, the occupation of Portland, Oregon, the occupation of Chicago, the continued occupation of Washington, D.C., the continued occupation of, I guess, the whole of California. I don't think it's limited simply to Los Angeles and surrounding areas, right? It's pretty much everywhere in Cali. So, thoughts? What thoughts? Oh God, the worst prompt on social media ever. Thoughts? Question mark. Jesus Christ. I mean, the thoughts are it's terrible. The thoughts are here's what my thoughts are. What's going to be the red line for our all of our respective communities? Like, where are the red lines? Are there red lines? Is there one? Is there something that Trump and his Gestapo can do that they haven't already done that will finally make enough people get up and rise up? I'm not sure. Though I think overall we have the numbers, and I honestly do think that we have enough people with heart, though I think that we could certainly use way more people with heart, and you can take that however you want. And it would be that empathy, courage, bravery, fortitude, a lot of things, heart. I think we need more people with heart, but I think we actually do have enough people that we could win. Should the battle lines be drawn, which they are being drawn right now, and make no mistake, they certainly are. So now is the time to do a myriad of things. I think it's a time to simultaneously do what you can to fortify your home situation as much as possible. And that means having supplies, at least 3 days worth of survival. Do you have enough clean water? Can you create clean water? Do you have enough food, 3 days worth, that's shelf stable and can satisfy you and yours all in your home from a caloric perspective for at least 3 days? If not, time to get on it. If you go to Aldi and they got them bags of white rice, 2 for $3.50, you better get them Jones. You better get them Jones. Pick up a little extra something, you know what I mean? As much as I hate to, I don't even like the word, the company that is the behemoth that treats its workers terrible, that makes goo gobs of profits, whose CEO or founder drives a $500 million yacht, that company that's named after the lungs of the world. I dare not say their name aloud. I think they're having a big sale next week. Look into some water filtration, whatever the fucks. I don't even like to direct people. I do my best to avoid buying from that place. But no ethical consumerism under capitalism. We fall down, but we get up. We got peace, Nutfa. Come on.
Uhuru.
Hey, Uhuru. Come through, come through.
And wait, and Unk. Oh,
Oh,
I thought
we
Latif was gonna be on here too.
we got double Uhurus, triple
Period.
Uhurus.
How
You
you doing,
said
Auntie?
Dawn. What's up? What's up, Neff? How you feel? That's a 40-year-old man's exhale, Don. That's too big an exhale for a young
30.
strapping fellow your age.
But listen, I'm now working as a para educator at one of the local school districts here in Orange County, California.
Mhm.
And that has been an experience.
I bet it has. I bet it has, because that's MAGA country.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah. And then, that's down the street. The city of Westminster is down the street from Huntington Beach, and I told y'all Huntington Beach is where I go to get called a nigger.
mm, mm-hmm. Well, apparently you can get called a nigga in Chicago. You can get called a nigga in all kinds of places
Right.
in 2025. I mean, nephew, am I overreading? Because I don't want to be alarmist. I don't want to sound alarmist. I don't want to panic people at all. But my uncle, who transitioned some years ago, said very famously or infamously, your window of opportunity is closing. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like the window of opportunity to escape, to prepare, to organize, to drill, to, you know, rehearse. I feel like our window of opportunity is closing. Your
we
thoughts?
must we must organize. Join an organization. If you are not in one, join an organization today. That's where we are losing our time. Do you get what I'm saying? It is more pertinent to be a part of something, a political movement, even if you know, even if you just join PSL at this point. You know what I'm saying? Join an organization.
Real quick, everybody, you know, seeing those scenes out of Chicago, you know, just a continuation of the terrorizing of our Latino brothers and sisters. You know, now it's throw black folks in there in the same way. And not to say we haven't been receiving this treatment all along. And I actually think I've been in a little bit of denial, to be honest. I was talking to one of my friends and I'm like, I sent him the video. I'm like, yeah, we next. And I had to check myself, like, next. We was, well, second after the indigenous folks, but you know, they don't ever take an opportunity. They don't lose an opportunity to dehumanize us as well. But I was thinking about know your rights campaigns, Don, and whether or
Mhm.
not, you know, the value in that, because a lot of those folks especially opened their doors to ICE agents, didn't demand warrants. When the ICE agents told them to step outside, they stepped outside. Like, you can say no. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I don't know what's going to happen after you say no, but you, if the shit ever goes to court, you have the right to say no. If they crack you, they was going to crack you anyway.
Right. Yeah, if they was gonna hem you up, you was gonna get hemmed up regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm also seeing that more Africans are being kidnapped by the immigration pigs and stuff like that. That's what I like to call them. I don't say ICE. I say the immigration
You're
pigs.
right. I need to adjust my vocabulary. Thank you. Thank you, nephew. See, that's what the youngins is for. Appreciate that. Pull my coat.
De-
Pull my coat, nephew.
Devising the language. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that is the task for the new generation, the younger generations, right? Come up with these definite because times are changing, right? So come up with these new terms, new understandings of things. Like I was just working on a piece where I'm trying to what am I trying to say? I'm trying to bring up what is the importance of going to like city council meetings and stuff
Mm,
like that. And we understand that like imperialism hosts various battlefronts, battlegrounds, right? And every stage every platform that we have to agitate, we have to take advantage of that. So join an organization, uh, uh, attend or pay attention to your local municipality meetings. Send that email, force them people to read your disdain and opposition to what they're doing out loud. You know what I'm saying? Use AI to do so as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got time to do that, just look at the agenda, post the agenda onto your. I like DeepSeek because they're not mining your information like ChatGPT and they're Chinese. So plug that into DeepSeek and say, what does this mean to me? Um, and I think that's what we need to start doing more of, like juxtaposing the current events and daily occurrences and what that means for working class people, right? Because until we as independent organizers develop the power to initiate agitation that messes up people's day-to-day lives, unfortunately, we won't have that power. We won't develop that power until we develop the gumption to interrupt day to day lives. And so we need to see how the state does so, and we need to be able to we need to be prepared to explain that to the masses. Consciousness raising while we apply our theory. We have to raise consciousness and apply theory at the same time. That's the interesting challenge that my generation has. We have to arm the people with understanding, right? Which means raising consciousness, and we got to actually apply the stuff at the same time, which is, again, working class people who got time to go to a city council meeting Tuesday at 5 o'clock, you know.
Exactly. But what I appreciate about what you said, Don, I mean, and what I appreciate about the younger generations overall is that I don't think, well, number one, yeah, y'all have had less time for indoctrination, right? And then you saw sort of the disappointment and hypocrisy of Obama up close. And I feel like that helped you guys abandon any misplaced hope in the black
Mhm,
leadership a lot earlier, right?
mhm.
Because I didn't figure out Obama till the second term, and I felt like
Right.
I'd been got. You know what I'm saying?
Same. I remember being in middle school when when Obama first came around, right? Well, the Obama presidency first came around. And it's crazy. My middle school in Compton was the only middle school at the time to have a debate team in the city. And we literally, they had us debating whether or not John McCain was the best person for commander in chief. That was literally the it was resolved. John McCain is the best choice for commander in chief, right? And I can't remember any of those points and stuff like that. But I did not have any type of political clarity. I'm very jealous of you red diaper babies, right? That was born, came
The
out the womb. The red diaper babies.
came out with they hammer and sickle already.
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about like them people that are related to Chairman Omali Yeshitela, for example, right? Those people that are related to former Impedum President Dr. Masamela Odom, right? Them's is gonna be some red diaper babies, and they have an understanding, right, that I did not have. They're going to have an understanding at a younger age that I did not have. Now, you had touched on something, and I'm telling you, that's why it's reading, taking notes is almost more fundamental than reading. Um, the generational thing, bro, auntie, y'all in my mama generation, y'all were so heavily narcoticized by the propaganda that you said, that you were saying, because we had less time to be indoctrinated. But the generations before us, like I hear a lot of in the radical spaces, right? Older people will be like, "Oh, we failed y'all." Y'all were my mama's generation was probably the most heavily narcoticized generation of all of the. I don't know all the names, boomers, X, and stuff like that. My mama's generation, because my mama, I think we deduced last time, one of the times I was on here, auntie, that my mama's a boomer. Them boomers was heavily narcoticized. I cannot fault boomers for simply surviving. You know what I'm saying? And we will not forget the legacy of what our parents and our grandparents were doing. Um, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to avoid the propaganda, like you say, auntie. But it makes me worried for like, or it makes me think about, or makes me want to juxtapose the people that came before me, because again, my mama's generation was very heavily narcoticized. My mama spent $10,000 to make sure I got here and stuff like that. But it was all in the name of satiating a psychotic man, right? And I can go all into the details about like how the Bible and the propaganda during the boomer generation was like, you better have kids, and stuff like that at any means necessary. Your sanity, your health, all of that. You better have some kids. Um, so that's what y'all was focused on doing, So I can't.
I'm not a boomer, baby. You know that, right? I mean,
I'm them. That's what they was focused on doing. Sorry.
it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not convinced your mother's a boomer either. Born between 19.
1960.
Oh yeah, she's a boomer. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So that that idea of black people ascending into positions of political leadership or corporate management or even, entrepreneurialism. I mean, those things definitely still ring very heavy with X generations and older, I think. You know what I'm saying? I think anyway, but so I wanted to bring this up because Wes Moore responded to Donald Trump saying something. I'm not sure if he was speaking specifically about Baltimore, but he was alluding, Trump was, that black children are born bad. They're just born criminals. They're born this way, right? Which, given what we know, baby, about who goes up into the schools, into the malls, into the movie theaters, into the synagogues, like we know who shoots shit up, right? Like we know who the real natural born killers out here are. So when Trump and his cronies continually trying to point the fingers at black and brown children, like our kids are the violent problems, it's like y'all just not watching y'all fucking kids, Caucasians.
Well,
It's very clear. But hold on. So this every time Trump talks shit about Baltimore and specifically, this gives Westmore a chance to beat his fucking chest, and it makes me crazy. It makes me crazy because Trump is elevating this man's stock. He's elevating this man's visibility, his name recognition, all of these things amongst would-be Democratic voters. And black people especially look at Wes Moore and don't understand that he's Obama 2.0. Like he's the okey doke 2.0, Obama the okey doke again. Like that, they're setting Wes Moore up for that. So every time Trump says something about Wes Moore or his state, it's just giving Wes Moore more props, and that shit is making me upset because I see niggas falling for the bullshit. I said, this bougie nigga, okay, like
right.
This
So big
former
fuck you to
Army
that guy.
Ranger, this likely war criminal, allegedly, maybe, possibly. I don't know what the fuck Wes Moore did over there in Afghanistan. I can only assume he did terrible things. So anyway, I'm sorry that it makes me angry.
Right. No, so big fuck you to both of them motherfuckers, Trump and I'm sorry, I'm gonna get your life taken down.
Why? How?
You ain't supposed to be denouncing the Google overlords and the people they like. But big fuck you to them too, right? However, Auntie, I do want to juxtapose this. They based on the system, and because black and brown people cannot be American.
No.
So to them, yes, based on the American system and colonial capitalism, yes, we are in fact born bad, right? Born out that political that political commentary that black people and brown people are inherently problems, is true, because we're born in America, but we can't be Americans, right? So we're born, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So do you get what I'm trying to say though, Auntie? Like,
I get 100% what you're trying to say, and that's what actually breaks my heart for people who look, black people and I guess brown people who look at this country and speak French about it. We, us, our, what? I'm so sorry for you. I mean, you're never gonna have that man. That boy's never gonna call you back and love you. You understand?
Yeah.
Like and I feel bad for people, and because I don't want to besmirch their optimism or their sense of deserving or entitlement. Our people have shed buku blood on these grounds. You know what I'm saying? It's still stolen land, regardless of how much blood we shed. But regardless, so I get the feeling of ownership. We built it, we fought for it, we bled for it. This is our country. But the people that are in power, the rulers, the rulers says y'all niggas will just started at 3/5. You will remain 3/5.
Yes, right. We got to remember they said in the highest court of the land, they say it, a nigga ain't got no rights that a white man got to respect.
And that song, bitch, let me tell you about that song, bitch. I tell you, that song, bitch, is from Maryland, Roger B. Taney. There's a town in Maryland named after him called Tawny Town. And it's in where's Tawny Town at? Carroll County. You think the state of Maryland thought about changing that shit? No.
Auntie, one of your trolls in the chat talking about some you have no home, and you got some trolls. Wait, hold on. But Africans will never call you African. They're gonna call you American. That ain't my problem.
I mean, but what's it to you, Whitey?
Ooh.
If this is indeed a Whitey, like, what's it to you? Again, this is part of white folks' problem. Y'all cannot mind your own business. Stop
Mhm,
worrying about black people's business. Stop worrying about Africa's business. Look at yourselves.
mhm,
Your country is in shambles. Your children are in shambles. Face your front.
mhm, mhm. And if y'all want me to leave the Americas, my cash app is Little Ham 94. Kindly send $5,000 to $10,000, and I'll be gone tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Hmm?
I got that passport. It ain't even been I did go to Mexico now, and see that, you know what I'm saying. So I did get my first little stamp, or whatever that means, but it's waiting. It's waiting. Oh my goodness, Auntie,
What?
you,
Well, I'm sorry, the trolls is going in. I mean, they can go in all they want, Reverend.
yeah,
But
but
it's
no, but I'm
weird.
saying
Tell
that's
them to click
you
the link.
popular.
Tell them to click the link. Hey, trolls, it's whatever. I'm not opposed to anybody coming up here to say whatever you want to say. You got some shit you want to get off your chest? Click the link, come off that keyboard,
Hmm.
and say what you need to say. But look
Oh,
at you. Look at your country. Look at your dear leader. Look at
mhm.
how he's doing the farmers. I mean, let's even talk about how they doing white folks real quick. That's the other thing. Nephew, how come the white folks don't understand how badly they are getting fucked? And it's not by us. It's not by migrants. It's not by China. It's by your own people.
The
Who
White House.
the White House.
Come on now, white people being fucked by the White House.
Trump is
Not.
burning money in their face. You understand? What the fuck this nigga need to do ballroom for? What the
Mhm.
fuck this nigga need for? Where's the $17 trillion? $17 trillion. I brought in 17 trillion. Oh yeah, well, why is everything so fucking high?
Mhm.
If we got all this investment, where is it?
Right, right. Where are these businesses? Where are these unemployment? And again, with all of this, we were told that if there were no immigrants, that there would be no unemployment, right? So now y'all putting billions of dollars into the immigration pigs, and there's still unemployment and stuff like that. So what is the truth?
Worse unemployment because Trump and Zuckerberg and Elon and all the rest of these dipshits are bragging to you about AI, right? But
Mhm.
AI is taking your fucking job, dummy.
And destroying your community, and ecologic, and destroying the very ecology of your community. That, oh my goodness, was that Muskie, with that, ain't he got a power plant or something like that, or in
The
in your
the
area?
well, not Elon, Musk, not Musk. I'm sorry. Elon shit is in Memphis, right?
Oh,
With the methane turbines fueling it. But Bezos has the Amazon workstation data centers in Northern Virginia. Oh, More Perfect Union had a story about that. How the amount of pollution being caused by these Amazon, well, I say Amazon data centers, even though it's probably Amazon and others, but it's fucking up the pollution across the whole East Coast,
mhm.
across the whole East Coast. Oh my gosh. Like, and white people are just like, right, but racism is so much fun. we
Right.
we can't
Mind you,
collect up,
everybody's babies is coughing.
man.
Everybody's babies is coughing. You know what I'm saying? I hate to hear that. Hear babies coughing and stuff like that. Y'all don't understand that does something to me. You remember that year? It was a year where they had like a whooping cough commercial, and it was like it would be 2 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you would hear like babies. Girl, I had to damn near unplug the TV when that commercial came on. I could, ooh,
It's very triggering to your
yes,
primal system. Like, I have to save the child.
do
So
something.
Do something. Somebody help that baby. Listen, white folks, we could get some shit done if y'all got y'all shit together. But
Hmm.
the problem is you enjoy being racist so much, you do it to the detriment of your own self, like your ancestors before you and their ancestors before them. They have always cut off their nose to spite their face. They have made decisions at a domestic policy level, at a foreign policy level that has harmed them economically because they get to do the racism. And
And
it's like,
remember,
go ahead, baby.
Europe, before it was called Europe, was nothing but a coagulation of warring tribes, and it is still just that today.
Oh my gosh, is somebody being boring talking about black on black crime? Please. Yawn. Get a new line. Where again, face your front. Worry about Europe. Worry about America. Worry about them young white boys who do the whites know that whites, I mean racist whites, because of course
Mhm.
our we got white friends joining us tonight. Greetings
Right.
and salutations.
Shout
But
out. Shout out.
for the white trolls, so you guys understand that Charlie Kirk got capped by a white boy on September 10th. On September 17th, another white boy, Matthew James Ruth, killed three police officers in York County and shot two others. So he shot a total of five, killed three of them. Okay. Did they talk about that on Fox News? Did they cover
Mm-mm.
those? Did those police officers' funerals get covered live on Fox News? No. You know why? Because it was one of you. It was one of yours. It was one of your sons. It was one of your brothers. It was one of your nephews. One of your, and again, 24 years old. Tyler Robinson, 22 years old. What was the other whites? Oh, yes, the man who shot up the Dallas ICE facility. They tried to put that on so-called leftists. That must have been why he killed detainees, huh? Right. Okay. 29 years old. And then the cracker who shot up the church. I mean, the whites have had a hell of a fucking month.
A
Y'all done shot up
month.
the church.
Month.
Y'all done killed your mans. I mean, what the fuck are y'all in my life mad for? Go collect your children.
Yeah, the call is coming from inside the house. Very much so. So go
Why are
on.
they making bomb threats to HBCUs? I need the. I'm not a logician, dear nephew. You know what I'm saying? But I think I have a tiny bit of a logical mind. I can usually pick up. I may not agree, but I can usually understand how somebody arrived at a certain conclusion. Why the fuck are they calling black colleges and making bomb threats for what?
They ain't got shit else to do. They realize everybody realizes that they are disenfranchised. And remember when we was having that whole like you know this mythological black men versus black women thing, um or
Oh, you
and
talking
we're
about gender wars when
right.
we was doing the gender wars real hard?
Right, right, right. And we do in fact have to juxtapose the fact that you know the most vulnerable people are always going punch downwards to the next vulnerable people, unfortunately, right? And that's what we're seeing happen in the white community. The white folks do like our principal white folk that's in the chat right now. They will direct you on how to do this, but y'all need to organize y'all community.
Very
Okay,
much so.
ain't no point in even you coming here and telling us how like talking about some like America first, talking about some blacks go to college. No way. Do that. What are you coming here to say that to me for? Literally. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally I'm not understanding because y'all got your own problems to be dealing with
Oh my
now.
gosh. Nephew, this is why I don't debate conservative. Oh, let's debate the conservatives about what? You're basically just going to be debating your existence and your humanity and your right to simply be with motherfuckers who still will always view you as inferior despite their glaring inferiority. Which,
Amanda Seals.
baby, that 2012 nephew, you understand? I realized I had found myself in a myriad of only conservative spaces not to join, wholly to push back upon. And then I realized the futility of it all. Like you cannot keep explaining yourself. You can't explain your intelligence. You cannot explain your simple right to exist and to be, and your people's contributions, and how they are literally everywhere, how they are irreplaceable, right? I mean, there's no point. There is no point. These people are lost. They think they are the lost Israelites in the desert. That's where they will remain, baby. We can't save these crackers, okay? And we should waste zero energy trying to.
Hmm. We, I ain't got time for that. I got to build the consciousness of my African community, and deal with the narcoticization of the Bible. Okay, that's what I got to deal with, right? Because unfortunately, my mother would say, the police are a good thing. The police are here to protect you, and like that comes from the largely middle class life that she gets to lead, and that is in line with the fact that she go to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Quote, Chairman Amalia Taylor said, "If Jesus was a revolutionary, why is your pastor such an Uncle Tom? Why are you know what I'm saying? Why are, honestly, and I would take that even further. Why are all of you niggas that go to church so pro America? If Jesus was so revolutionary, right?"
The justifications, the things that people tell themselves. And again, our folks, they just want to be acknowledged. But you got to understand, after 400 years, baby, if we are still at this point after 400 years, it's going to take 1,000 years
Yes.
for black people to get full that full entitlement to our first class citizenship status that we very richly deserve. But then at the same time, is this the kind of country you want to be a first class citizen of?
Exactly. This shit needs to be burned down with Kim Brown.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, nephew. I'm
Period.
so like Don. You are sunshine. You touch me with a heart of gold. I can't go a day without my sunshine.
Yes, 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 yes.
You always brighten up the screen, nephew. I appreciate you coming on here. I don't even know if anybody behind you, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got 5 people in the studio. So
oh shit, we may have
right.
some commas. Sometimes when we roll my sleeves up and shit, let me get up and
Exactly.
stretch.
So I'm excited. So I'm a go on and drop down because I'm excited for what else you will y'all you and the Fire fam will uncover tonight. I'm gonna put my number one more time in this private chat.
Put it in there. Put it in there. I will not leave the backstage until I grab that number out of the private chat.
Okay, now call me,
But
beat me
please
if you want to reach me.
don't take it personally, because I don't call nobody. Like niggas, like I listen. Anyway, shout out to Renee. Saturdays with Renee. Renee had run me something on the email, and she's like, Kim, you don't ever check your email. I said, I don't ever check that shit, girl. But anyway, but no, I will. Because I like you, Don. I would love to chop it up, shoot the
Right,
shit.
right. I love you more because I'm taller. Okay, y'all. That's what my mama used to say to me all when I was growing up. Okay, I really do love my Fire fam, and I'm really am gonna drop down so we can get to some more burning and firing with the rest of the fam.
Let's
Auntie,
get
have you a
to it.
good night. Be
You too,
safe
baby. Thank
and keep
you.
your head up.
Thank you. You too.
We
You
are
too.
winning, comrade.
We will win already. I had didn't what I just do with the didn't I have the didn't I put find the hold on. Hey, hold on. We got X Freeman up here. Hold on. Let me get you up here. Thank you guys for joining us. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's Burning Down with Kim Brown. We're doing a call-in show tonight because my brain is on overload. The psy-op is working. We should congratulate the CIA and them alphabet boys. Hell of a psy-op past couple weeks, fellas. And I know it's fellas because y'all can't stand bitches. we know y'all don't want no bitches in the mix. And yep, so y'all have done a great job, fellas, running the psy-op. You guys should hear the choppers circling because ICE is routinely thieving people from my community. Excellent. What's Westmore got to say about it? Fuck all. What's going on? Who we got? Oh, whoops. Wait. Go over one more. Hold on. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Is this X Freeman?
What's up, Kim?
Hey,
How are
X
you
Freeman.
doing? It's
Whew.
been a while. It's been a while.
I always love to see friendly faces.
Hey,
You
every
never know
time you
what.
do the call in, you end up cutting off before I get the chance to get up here. And then I changed jobs, so I ain't been able to come on to
Look at my people
live
finding employment
with you
amongst
and
the
you
hard
and
times. I love that.
huh?
I said, look at my people finding employment amongst the hard times. That's good stuff. That means you a skilled gentleman out here.
I ain't gonna
Your
say
talents are in demand.
I'm not going all into that. No, I ain't gonna say all that. But so what's the deal? When the alien's supposed to drop on us tonight?
So the aliens, they're calling for the aliens to be here around October 29th. Thank you so much.
29th? Oh, so okay, so they switched it up from the 3rd to the 29th.
So the third is around when it might be visible around Mars. So they're speculating that it could be as close to Mars to possibly be photographed by our satellites around the third. But I guess it's going to make its closest path to Earth or by the sun on the 29th. But I'm not inclined to think it's going to, I wanted to keep pushing X Freeman. Well, maybe I don't. I think I'm in betwixt and between. I don't know if I want the aliens to come or if I want them not to come. But I think it's
Well, last
interesting.
week you were saying you wanted them to come to get the white folks. So come on now, if we're gonna be revolutionary, we got to be revolutionary now. The thing is, if they come, they might come like on Independence Day. They ain't gonna discriminate. They just gonna incinerate everybody. Just mow the lawn. If you outside, you get mowed. Point
Oh man,
blank.
I hope I hope they got some sort of criteria. You know what I'm saying? I hope they are trying to distinguish folks from whatever. But I do, maybe 12% of me thinks that it's the Caucasians coming to reclaim the rest of their kinfolk and take them back to Caucasia, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like I'm not opposed to that. Like I said, X Freeman, they either got to come take the whites or they got to come take me, like one or the other. But X Freeman, do I sound like a nut? My mother told me to stop talking about the aliens. She was like, "You sound a little crazy." I'm like, I didn't pull this shit out my ass. They
No,
talking about this shit on the news.
talking about aliens is not crazy.
I don't think so.
I'm a big X-Files fan.
Mm.
I am one of my favorite movies. Now, I mean, I got a lot of favorite movies, but one of my favorite movies is Contact with Jodie Foster, where they sent the signal out and they finally get the signal back. But ironically, with all this happening, the signal that was sent back in Contact was Adolf Hitler, the speech he made at the 1936 Olympics. So it was like, so now we got a dictator in office and
Right.
all this dictatorship going on around the world, and now we getting contacted by aliens, or aliens returning a signal in 72 hours from when it was originally sent. So no, I mean, hey, I have to say, like Jodie Foster said in Contact, it's kind of strange and it'd be kind of odd and selfish of us to think that we're the only living beings in this whole galaxy. So it's something somewhere. Where it at? Will we ever see it or ever come in contact with it? Who knows?
I think we might. I think it's time. I think it's probably overdue, to be honest.
But this is the tricky point.
What's
Now,
that?
so if they move back to the 29th, what's
Mhm.
to stop them from coming on the 31st? How will we be able to tell the aliens from the real nuts that's out there dressed up?
Well, they say the ship, if it is a ship, and I definitely think it's a ship. And then, oh, it's a comet. No, 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 nope. It's not giving comet. Definitely not giving comet. It's definitely giving spaceship. They say the shit is the size of Manhattan, so it's
Yeah.
miles across. If you have not watched Paranormal Caught on Camera, I highly recommend it. Comes on the Travel Channel, and they capture it for everything from aliens to cryptids, and it's user generated stuff. People record this stuff on their own, and it's like all these people didn't make all this shit up. You know what I'm saying? And all of this stuff, it at least makes you wonder, like, what the fuck was that? Like, I totally believe that there's aliens out here, but I think that the Earth is in such a state of disarray. I'm sorry, I'm getting too excited about this. Hold on, X Freeman, did you ever watch the Star Trek movies? Did you ever watch like the Star Trek movies?
Yes.
Do you remember the Star Trek movie? I'm talking about with the original cast, William Shatner, Spock, and you know the Uhuru and everything. So the one, yes, Doctor, yeah, Nichelle Nichols, yes. So the one where they had to travel back in time to the 20th century and go and find humpback whales to bring them back to the future, because in the future timeline, an alien force had come to Earth and was fucking Earth up. They couldn't figure out how to appease the alien fucking shit up. And they realized that the alien was trying to make contact with the humpback whales, who in the future were extinct. And that was the being on Earth, on the planet Earth, that this alien force had a relationship with and had a language and a communication with. So my point is, we may have fucked shit up with some species on Earth
that they communicate with.
Right, that the aliens is coming back like, where our niggas at? Like, what'd you do? Where all the elephants go? Where's all of our niggas at? So either way, I think something is coming forth. Aliens and Nazis. I can't. I put my money equally 50-50 on both because I can't.
Hold on. So you think the Nazis in the spaceship, or you talk about Nazis coming back into existence?
No, the Nazis that are wearing ICE uniforms and rappelling out of Black Hawk helicopters over Chicago South Shore neighborhood. Like,
you talking about the stormtroopers? The stormtroopers. Okay.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
So one of the other, we got something on our hands, X Freeman. We're going to either have to deal with the aliens. I don't want to say fight the aliens, because number one, we cannot fight the aliens. So let's start there. Okay. Like, we're going to have to deal with the aliens, or we're going to have to deal with the Nazis, who we very much can fight.
Well, maybe if the stormtroopers are raising enough hell, then when the aliens come down, they will see them as an oppositional force. And then they'll extinguish each other and leave the rest of us the hell alone.
Inshallah. X Freeman is like, God willing. God willing.
Hey, from my lips to God's ears. There you go.
Listen, isn't that Black people's prayer to either be left alone, or, you know, so many of our artists, our musicians have made songs about the mothership and flying away, and you know what I mean? Like that's very much encoded in us. So shit, maybe they're coming to get us, X Freeman, and then, you know, the white capitalists can destroy Earth all unto themselves.
They will destroy Earth by the end of the year. Earth would implode. Hey, they get rid of us, Earth would implode.
Man, listen.
New Year's, it would be like how everything was supposed to go chaotic on 2K. Yes. We'll be 20,000 light years away, and all of a sudden, kaboom! We'll be like, "What's that star right there?" Like, "Oh, that's Earth." Like, "Oh, okay. I'm glad we left. Hey, we got here at the right time." But anyway, lady, I had to come up.
Thank you.
I hadn't been able to talk to you in a while. Communicate. I can communicate in your chat, but I'm still blocked out the other chat. I don't talk to Kamal.
Who blocked you out that joint?
Hey, I've been blocked for about 2.5 years.
Damn, X Freeman, we got to work on that.
I'm on extended probation. I'm like, good gracious. I talked to you up there. I talked to Kamal. Kamal was supposed to look at it. Ear doctor was supposed to look at it. I was like, man. I must have went off on somebody pretty bad, boy. They got me blacklisted.
Well, that's the thing. So, you know, Black Liberation Media doesn't have many mods. I think there's 3-4 mods. It's not many mods.
But they was getting busy. They got me out of there. I don't come up a couple times and talk. Like I said, I talked to you. I think I talked to you twice. I think I talked to Kamal once. I might have talked to Jared. And they were like, "Well, are you in the chat?" I'm like, "No, I'm not in the chat. I'm banned from the chat." They was like, "How you come up on the live, but you banned from the chat?" I'm like, "Oh, so hey, it is what it is." So I just deal with it and go with the flow. Eventually, I guess I'll be granted clemency by somebody, whoever the high authority of the Black liberation media is.
So what it is, so here's what so there are block lists, right? And I don't know what Black liberation media's block list looks like. Like mine is in the hundreds, right? I mean, it may be in the thousands. I don't know, right? So whoever would be trying to remove you would literally have to enter in your YouTube handle exactly like I think they'd have to enter it in because it's going to pull up like, so your shit starts with X. As soon as they type in X, every YouTube user that has X in their first thing is going to come up. So they have to, whoever it is would have to type in your shit perfect or copy paste it perfect, and I think restore you. But don't quote me on that. I think that's how you unblock folks. But you know, it can be a pain in the ass, especially depending on what that block list look like, I think. So I don't know what theirs. I imagine it's probably pretty high.
But I can get my, I can do my messages in your chat and I'm perfectly fine.
Well, good. Extreme, you're welcome. We appreciate you here being a member of the Fire Fam.
I'm gonna drop down, let the next person come up and go back in the chat.
Come on through. I appreciate you, X Freeman. Appreciate you checking in, sir. Please be safe.
All right. Same to you also.
All right now. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Hi. Look at us. Picture us rolling. Fire Fam, appreciate you guys. It's the call-in version. Burn it down with Kim Brown. Friday, we're taking all takers. We're taking friends and foes. Friends and foes. We ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm outside in the club and I think I'm a punk.
We got two more up. Two more of our
Lateef in the background, everybody. Y'all say what's up to Lateef back here pushing the boutons.
Peace, everybody. Peace. We got Franny and Chichi marching backstage, ready to come through.
Bring them up on the same time. God damn it. Chichi Martin and Franny Fresh, they got the same energy. Y'all come on up.
Hey.
Checking in.
Hey.
Where my girls at? To the front, the back, then what you feeling at? What's up, ladies? What's going on?
How are you, Kim?
Oh, I'm hanging by a thread here, Francis. I'm hanging by a thread here. It's like, do we get ammo? Do we go get seeds? Like what?
all the above, I think. Like
it's getting crazy.
Where do we start?
Hey, Chitty.
Hey.
Right on. So good to be on the screen with you.
I know. I wish I was like my cameras, and I'm just I can't do the cameras at night.
It's fine. It's right. No frets at all. No frets at all. Francis, since your city is right for occupation, how's everything? How is it hanging out there?
It's so quiet over here, and I either work from home. I live like a 5-minute drive from downtown, but it's like the country. It's weird. It's just like not weird. I mean, it's great. It's like trees everywhere, but it's still in Portland. And so I hardly ever go downtown because it's kind of been a mess anyway for a long time. And like I'll go down for a protest, or I used to go to the farmer's market where you get past where people are just living in these like favelas everywhere. And then you're at the farmer's market and it's like puppies and kids and fucking. And if you're me, you're like inside your head walking behind people like, move your fucking kid. I need to get my carrots. But that's another story.
Well, Francis, we need you to
I haven't seen anything. And then I work, the other place I work is like north of here, practically to Vancouver. But that's also like 5-minute drive or something. But so I haven't seen anything. It just kind of happened. I work with my job outside the house. I work with a lot of Latinx people, a lot. And I haven't talked to them about it, but I will, and be like, whatever. I mean, I don't think they're going to come there, but if they do, yeah, you bet your fucking ass. I'll be out there in the face of, crackers.
So, Franny, they say well, Trump says that Portland is war torn. It's war ravaged. It looks something like Kosovo. It looks bad. You know what I'm saying? They say that it's war torn, even though I don't know who the fuck tore it up besides ICE and Portland Police Department. Like who?
I mean, it rains a lot, you know. It's just fucking, yeah, it's so weird. And our mayor came out with this statement that I took issue with because he was like, we're fine here. It's nice. People just ride their bikes and stuff. It's not like 5 years ago. I'm like, fuck you. I was at those fucking protests, you asshole. Like, so I wrote something on his Instagram. Like, I don't know why I bothered us or whatever. And then this woman I know who's a boomer, not that all boomers are like dickheads like that, but she's like, no, I think what he's trying to say. And I'm like, and then she explains the obvious, one of those. So I was just like, no, here's what I was saying. It includes some nuance. Like,
wasn't it 5 years ago anyway? It was like a square block or something. And it was presented.
It's a really big, like,
and it was like literally a block.
It's a huge block with a park in it. And like the whole block is a park, but yeah, a fucking block. And most people don't live down there. I know one woman, she's self-centered anyways, and not that good of an artist, if you ask me, but like whatever, that's just me being petty. But she's like, I had to move. I just couldn't take it, all the noise. And it's like, okay, so it's all about you, I guess, like whatever, like, oh, you had to move. And then she moved to some like swank thing. I'm like, well, it doesn't seem like it was a hardship for you then to move into the fucking Pearl District, which is like yeah. But anyway, but no, so I haven't seen anything, but I'm for sure gonna get plugged into that. I'll find like the local organizations that are doing it. I just haven't done it yet. I work too fucking much, and I'm old. And yeah, I'm a stripper too, because I look that good, like you always say.
The most successful stripper at the Gentleman's Club. You clean up during lunchtime. Chichi Matcha, check in. How are you? And what's going on in your corner of Red State America?
The crazy, the police chief, I guess, had a meeting with the governor, Hegseth, et al., about having, 1,000 National Guard troops come in to the city.
1,000?
I don't know if it was into the state or into the city, and a portion of those would be in certain targeted areas in the state. My assumption is New Orleans, Baton Rouge, the places where the Black people are. But then she was gonna tell her boss, the mayor, what she did. And I'm like, how do you have a meeting of that magnitude and then inform your boss? And this woman, this is a police chief who has failed upward, moved around. She was in Oakland. She was in one or two places in the Midwest.
Is she a Black woman?
No, this is a white woman.
White woman, okay.
Slightly a boomer, maybe a younger boomer, but Kirkpatrick.
She talked like Pam Bondi.
With the gentrification post Katrina, so the city council has been gentrified. The police, it's just getting in, because to me, it's like I always say, it's all about the port. In New Orleans, this is the weapons port. This is where America's lovely wars. This is where all the weapons and the tanks and all that shit ship out from. So I really feel like the population, we're all just in the way, because it's really all about the port for them. Because I remember being on the West Coast when Katrina hit, and it was 3 or 4 days, and it was watching all these images of all these people, and the federal government's just well, fuck it. And then, but there were all these business leaders and people from states that you don't really think about even connected to the river, and they were complaining about imminent fiscal collapse of their state economy, and all of these products and things that they grow, because they're not growing food for people in the US to eat, but growing food for the market to sell overseas, and all that stuff ships out via the port of New Orleans. So they were losing money because the port wasn't open and, you know, cussing on camera and stuff. And that's when the federal assistance came to, you know, help the people, quote unquote, because, you know, the good old boys, they were losing money. So it's always about the port. But I mean, like every federal agency has offices here anyway. Like the feds are here, the FBI is here, the CIA is here, the NSA, like everybody's here because of the port. But yeah, so we need more officers and just like shit. But,
Hey,
you know,
can I ask you a question? What's the population of New Orleans? I've never been there. I don't really know anything about it.
Pre-Katrina, it was a little under 500,000, and now I think 364,000.
Wow, it's really small to have all that presence,
Yeah,
you know, and all that power.
yeah,
and
all that.
small.
Yeah, and it's concentrated like downtown because New Orleans is, I forgot how many square miles. It's 108,000 acres.
It's not that much.
Yeah, I mean it's big. It's spread out, but like concentration where everything is like, you know, like the downtown area, the port, the water, and all that. But yeah, so that's a port. So I'm thinking that the 1,000 maybe it was for the state, and then coming here because there's already like a presence here. There's already even a National Guard like station, whatnot. You go to certain part of New Orleans, like you'll see the guard like right on the outskirts. So they have, what do you call it? A base. There's a National Guard, like a base.
That's been there for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, I just want to know because every National Guard encounter or ICE Homeland Security encounter, especially where they're trying to attain and arrest and kidnap people, it's always Black and brown people. And it's like, I want to know how many more mass shootings do whites need to commit before one of them will be at least stopped and asked, where are you going? Like no one stops and frisks the most likely culprits of mass casualties. And when I hear that National Guards are going into New Orleans and, you know, it's Portland, Chicago, DC, where are we at? LA? And it's like, okay, but when are y'all going to Utah? when are y'all going to Oak Island, North Carolina? Like when are you going to really address the real criminals here, the real natural born killers?
And I mean, their own research. Well, they want to hide it because what is that? What the NIJ research tells us about domestic terrorism, that report that says, you know, like the far right extremists have committed far more ideologically motivated homicides than anybody else. And they took that report off of their website, off of the DOJ's website. But, you know, Gen Z, like it's on the Internet Archive. So, you know, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. So they can play that little game of like removing it, but not thinking of, well, you know, we already saved that because we peeped that it might be something that you would remove.
Yeah, you can get it. I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it. Like it's on internet. Like people, it's all.
You just go to Internet Archive.
Yeah,
everything's there. It doesn't go away. But you know, I gets me wondering, like as we're talking, like, you know, at what point do the lies and obfuscations, the ones that don't serve them, right? So like they believe their own shit about, you know, underestimating whoever it is that they consider to be, you know, a terrorist or a threat to the white state, you know, but like at some point that won't serve them, you know, and the accumulation of all of that, you know, lying to themselves and everything, like that's where I think we can run into the breach in a way, if that makes sense, you know, in the kind of the big picture of like, because they're just doing themselves a disservice with some of their stupid fucking lies. If that makes
but it's
sense.
like it makes sense. My question is like they just don't seem to have empathy even for each other, even for themselves, even for their own communities. But I just find that to be so weird. You know what I mean? It was a a Mormon church that got shot up and exploded. You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't y'all worried about your white church going, friends and coworkers? You're not worried about white kids at Sandy Hook, like the way that Alex Jones and others just ridiculed the Sandy Hook parents. I'm like, y'all don't even give a fuck about white kids out here. This shit is fucked up.
No, it's because the overlords don't care about anybody but their own fucking group, right? The 1% and the whatever, the ruling class, and then the rung below that, who like lick their asses or whatever, so they don't really care about white, working class people any more than, yes, more than other groups of people. But I think that it's not about that for them. I mean, and the whole thing is so illogical. But I mean, yeah, I could go on and on. I don't want to like hog all the airtime here, but like, it feels to me like, and maybe it's 3-Eye Atlas, but it feels to me like shit is about to change. And I've said before, like last time I was on here, I was like, I'm so sick of hearing the phrase, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like the more you fucking say that, the more the can is being kicked down the road, and it's really negative. And it's like, yeah, it might get worse, but don't say that like it, whoever you are, like, this is people that I follow all the time, right? So it could be like Laith Marouf, it could be, Kamel Franklin, like whoever's saying that. I just want us to move on from that, because at what point will you say, here's the point where it's going to get better? I don't think that'll happen. I think it's too pessimistic.
Yeah, I think this is my little theory. I think they're recreating Rome is what they've been doing like all this time. The more I read about ancient Rome as the Roman Empire, the more all of the things that they do, because they were like really sadistic even for their era. And the way that they build cities, the way they deliberately use food as a means of like social control, like deliberately withholding food as a means to control people. Just even how it ended was basically what we're seeing now, like having the military and whatnot on our streets, because it was like the imperial violence that they visit on other people. It then retreats inward, which is where we are now. And even when I'm seeing like that raid in Chicago with a fucking helicopter on a building, and then I'm thinking, because like they picked up the people, and like the black people who were in there, they were being told, if you have a warrant, we're not letting you go. And so then I'm wondering, first of all of these black people who thought, well, this is not our issue because it's immigrants. And I'm like, okay, do you see black people getting caught up in this like increasingly? But then I'm wondering, is that a great cover? Like there was somebody you wanted in there, one of our folks, and you use the cover of like, oh, it's an immigrant raid. And then you snatch up somebody who you wanted. You didn't have a legal means to go and get this black person. And you would go and do all of this, because I mean, if you would try to wipe out 2.3 million people because 1,500 people, supposedly hostages, died, then you would raid a whole apartment building to go and get one black person. And it just provides great cover.
Well, yeah, and I think you're right. And then they can use the same excuse that fucking Israel hell uses. You know, well, Hamas is in there, so we had to blow up the whole fucking building or the whole block, or like.
Yeah, and we're increasingly, I think, seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, because right, and I think that's like the lab. They say that's the laboratory for what could be for all of us, right? But I also think it's the laboratory for trying out these big pieces of propaganda and then rolling that out here with the same fucking words and the same justifications, and you just switch out your proper nouns.
Well, they said it. Was it Hegseth who said, like, or was it Trump himself, like, use American cities as a testing?
Yeah.
I want to test what?
He's too drunk. He's like too much of an alcoholic to like, I think against alcoholics. I know a lot of them, but he's too drunk to like even think that of what a fucking confession that is. You know,
I feel like it was Trump that said, because they were both, like, I was watching clips of the both of them, but I feel like it was Trump.
Oh, was it Trump? Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
He said it, like, saying the quiet part out loud, and people still aren't paying attention. And then all the Democrats just rolling right over. I'm like, where's the resistance of the elected officials, the so-called opposing political party? Where y'all at?
Where are y'all at?
Yeah. Where are you at? Yeah.
And I don't know, like I think that they may have miscalculated, the Trump administration, with how they talked to the military. And maybe I'm giving the military too much credit here. I probably am. Let me shut up. But my point is, I was thinking, I'm like, one of them, somebody's going to do something to these families because this is taking, I suppose, I can't even say taking the U.S. military off track, because it really isn't. But it seems that there is, on the surface, some sort of ethical objection, even if it's not being vocalized aloud. I'm seeing people who are retired from the military, people who are veterans, come out and condemn how Trump and Hegseth talk to the top brass, as it were. But I'm like, well, is that enough to defy orders? Is that enough to, an enterprising young military person with proper training to take things into their own hands? Like, what is that enough to do? This is where we at, guys. Where's everybody's red lines? Like, where are our red lines as individuals? Where are our red lines as communities? Where are our red lines as organizations? Where are the red lines for people that are in positions of power, like, that can clearly see what's going on, can clearly feel the slippery slope, feel the ground giving from beneath us? What will it take? What kind of precipitating event will it take for people to stand up, fight back, for real?
I don't know that they have a red line. If we've been coming up this week on 2 years of a live stream genocide, like,
yeah, I agree.
After 2 years, people can't say they don't know what's happening. People can't see, and so, especially not people in the government. Maybe somebody working like 2 and 3 jobs and like can miss it. But none of these people, pundits on TV, none of these people can miss it. And so if that's not a red line, and then to see some of the same things happening here, some of the same mentalities expressed, there is no red line. I think that's maybe the thing. We were all confused. We thought there was a red line somewhere, but apparently there's not, because there seems to be, the pushback is coming from small corners of people without power.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's in power, even though supposedly fighting for the people and the so-called Democrats, there's no red line. They're just like, okay, we're going about business as usual, as though, but I mean, I guess maybe it is business as usual, because if you're in government, we got 1,000 military bases. We've been
You've already been doing it. You've already been doing it, right? So your red line would have come years ago, but I think it's that we will see, and we already are seeing, is someone just a cover your ass line. You know, we'll pull out for that reason. Pull out of the thing, but it's too fucking late. Like,
it's crazy, because Trump, as you guys likely heard, murdered another group of fishermen in the Caribbean today. Was it today, y'all? I think it was today. I think this is the 3rd or 4th boat that they have simply arbitrarily targeted, claiming they're toting drugs. It's like, nigga, the drugs is on the fucking aircraft carrier. Please pay attention. we need you to keep up with where the drugs actually come in. But the fact that this mighty military is using its missiles, its satellite radar, it's all of its multi-billion-dollar machinery to target fisher boats, right? And I'm like, why are they targeting the most vulnerable, powerless folks? Well, that's exactly what they're doing in Palestine, and that's exactly what they're going to do to us. This is coming. You know what I mean? Like, I actually think we can win, Franny, because I feel like all of them Proud Boys that have been deputized, they're pussies.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen the videos of them running away and everything when they're just like someone just in their face, just speaking sternly, no weapon, and they're just like, because yeah, you're right. I mean, they are soft as scrotum skin, to quote you. Aren't you the one who says that? Yeah.
They are soft.
They're bullies, so they're cowards.
It's why they have to operate as a pack.
Yeah.
Like they have to be like severely outnumbering whomever they're targeting. So if it's 2 people, they need 20. If it's 3 people, they need 50. Like they severely outnumber, and that's their
overwhelm.
Yeah.
Swarm.
And then probably by that logic, like if a one is scared, then the rest of them are too. Right.
Yeah.
And they fucking slink away back to their little pig pen or whatever. But
does social outcasting, does that work in white communities, in white social structures, Franny? Does that happen? I think it does. Like, maybe, I don't fucking know. That's why I'm asking.
No, I just was watching, I mean, it's a contradiction, but I was just watching Downton Abbey, and the one guy gets outcast. Really, he's like a social, and then he comes around. It's such a stupid show, I gotta say, but the fucking costumes are great. But does it work? I don't know. I tend to think not, only because, like, that's another thing that people say, oh, shame, or how do you sleep at night? That it's, those questions don't apply, I think. And I think for most, white people are just so arrogant, like so deeply arrogant. And that's, I think they're, brainwashed to be that way, obviously, right, in white supremacy. So they're just so dug in, to their own like greatness, that I don't really know. I thought of my own like saying, and I'm like, it's my contradiction. I don't like white people, but I love myself. That's my contradiction.
Oh, I don't. You're supposed to love yourself.
No, I know, but I'm white. That's the...
but I don't subscribe to white guilt. It's to me, it's more so about white acknowledgement, right? Like,
okay, yeah, white acknowledgement. Yeah, like I did this thing. Yeah, I guess that would be.
No, not even that you did a thing. I don't know what did you do. You ain't what did you do besides exist, right? And maybe knowingly or unknowingly took advantage of the opportunities that were afforded to you as a white person. But what I'm saying is, when I talk about white acknowledgement, acknowledging what white people came to this continent and did.
Oh, I see.
The indigenous did to African people and continue to do. But are you an active participant in that oppression in 2025, Frandy French?
I am, because I
didn't think you were going to say that. But okay.
No.
What do you mean?
Because I still have white privilege, and I live on stolen land, and I, you know what I mean? I don't live that way, but I mean, just emotionally, mentally, intellectually, obviously, and in my heart and soul and spirit, I do not live that way. But I have had so many benefits in my life, and I still have a lot of those benefits. So I think, and that's not white guilt, or that's not like, I don't know. I feel like it's,
but having,
I don't say something every time a white person I know says something completely fucking stupid.
But having white privilege is the same as rejecting the system, because white privilege, that's how people under this system of white supremacy are going to perceive you and do. But if you use your humanity to reject the system and take actions, that's what matters.
Right. And that's definitely who I am.
Yeah. And there's people who recognize their privilege and are just like, yo, I'm just going with this shit. You know, this is like actually rejecting and taking some actions to like try to counter. So I do think there's a distinction there.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should feel a way if you, like you said, you don't check every white person that might say something shitty in the moment. I think it kind of depends on context, right? If the white person is saying something shitty and it's just y'all. You know what I mean? Like, what would be the point? You know, you sure you could check it, but is that going to change their perspective, their outlook, their ideology? Not likely. But what you do is if you find yourself in a situation where a marginalized person is receiving racist, shitty treatment from another white person who is flexing their white privilege over that marginalized person, that's where you come in and use your white privilege. And then it's white versus white. And I put my money on you, Franny French.
Oh,
It's still white versus white in defense of a marginalized. I'm betting on Franny.
Yeah. And I think it's just in my personality too, to feel like I'm not doing enough at any time because there's so much, you know, to do, but I'm doing way more than most white people I know. So let me give myself some credit, but it's not about me anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I do, you know, it's so funny when I say that, like, oh, I don't say something to everyone. There are people I know who'd be like, you don't.
You don't what?
Like, you don't say something every time someone says something fucked up, because I do most of the time, you know, anyway. But it's the white people, again, back to the, like, so I have a friend, old friend, she lives in Colorado, and she's like, I said, well, you know, and she does listen and she absorbs things, but she's not very politically savvy or anything like that. But, you know, it's like, well, we're on stolen land, and, you know, it's not even our land. We're colonizers, that kind of thing. And then, you know, her response, and I think a lot of white people would probably feel this way. Well, that was a long time ago. So they don't see this continuation of history, you know, and they somehow think that, like, time is going to heal all wounds or whatever. Like, we couldn't be in a post-racial society because the society never did the work to become unracist, right? So, but they have these erroneous ideas about how things that basic work. Like, you know, so I will say to people, well, think of the worst person in your life. If they called you today with no evidence that they had changed, would you believe them? You wouldn't, you know?
Can I tell you that and unfortunately, it's going to be too late by the time that they really feel it and really figure it out. But the more that white women lose their reproductive rights and reproductive access, when white women, and again, by extension, of course, all women and black women, indigenous women will likely feel this first, but white women won't be absolved from it. When they start blaming and actually trying to physically, criminally charge mothers for their children having autism or any other sort of birth abnormality. Well, did you take Tylenol? Were you taking blah blah blah? Did you exercise enough? Like, once they understand that they are about to get what I like to call the nigger treatment, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is coming for white women first, and depending on their class, obviously, lower class, what white women are going to feel this first. But I'm like, y'all about to get the nigga treatment because they're about to start blaming you for shit, and you know, for whatever issues that your children are having, just like black mothers get blamed and criminalized for shit that, you know, happens with their children. And not being able to get abortions, or because I think y'all chime in if you notice, the girls on the screen, if y'all notice too, South Carolina's state legislature, I think this week, was trying to push through a bill that would literally criminalize South Carolinian women who left the state to get an abortion. Who it was like a laundry list of shit that could get a woman charged criminally for loss of a pregnancy via miscarriage, or if they left the state to seek abortion care. And it's like, white women, do y'all understand? do you understand? Better time.
I feel like, to me, just as not speaking as a white woman, but just in general, how, like, we don't know history. And I feel like I always say it's problematic that at large, white people don't know their own history in Europe. Like, from the land clearings, from at the time, I want to say it was the 1600s. It was like over a 100-year period. It was like the conservative estimates are like 100,000 women were killed That's not talking about the women who were maimed. That's not talking about the women who were just like permanently injured, but as they were getting the patriarchy in, like, to get the women in line with patriarchy over the like, I think it's Sylvia Federici in Caliban and the Witch writes about that.
Hold on. Ladies, time out. Pause. We have a liar in the chat. Shay says that they're a Black woman and they never experienced racism in their life. Are you a baby, Shay?
Gosh.
Actually, even if you were a baby, you experienced racism in utero because your mother didn't receive proper maternal health care and prenatal care, very likely. So, Shay.
And also, what does that even say?
You know what? I'm taking a guess at this because I've encountered specifically Black women or Black people in general, but Black women who've said that before, and they've been in places where, one, they have a little bit of class privilege, and they've been in really white environments. So like they're the token. So then they don't really feel it or know anything different. I have encountered, because I encountered that in some parts of the West Coast. I will say, and that was like a shock for me to encounter that. And I'm just like, how do you not, and it's an individualized feeling so much that they don't connect themselves to the other Black people out and around in society because they are different. And then they have to psychologically separate themselves from the Black community in order as a survival strategy. So I'm going to guess, if that's somebody who's saying that is true, they grew up with some class privilege in a really white environment. And then just, that's all they know. Even though they still, there are some things you can peep like, okay, well, that was racist, but they're not identifying it that way because they're steeped in whiteness so much. I have encountered that. It was culture shock for me to encounter that, especially, I would say, if you're a Black person from anywhere east of the Mississippi, it's just not something we can imagine. But going out west, yes, I have encountered that. I would say in San Francisco, in Oregon, in Washington State, where I have met Black, yes, where they have gone isolate. But again, the class privilege is there. So like they're living in like the soccer mom kind of community. I have encountered a few Black women.
I just feel like that's just
crazy.
I don't dispute the phenotype, the demographic that you presented to Chimacha. I feel like I probably know a couple of those myself, maybe even related to one or two of them. But I'm like, y'all are they're just being dishonest, like kind of disingenuous. Like
it's different. I'm telling, this is like going, you got to go.
But here's the thing: if Oprah, right? If Meghan Markle, right? If these moneyed celebrity Black women, Meghan Markle, biracial, Oprah, a billionaire, if these Black women encounter racism flagrantly, openly, bitch, I know you've experienced racism. I know it.
In public life. I'm just like the regular isolated in their little in what they experience. They just don't.
Are their husbands
like
white?
They don't recognize it. Like even if it's like a microaggression, it might go over their head. Is that what you mean?
I feel like, yeah, it's a microaggressions go over their head. And so because they're not experiencing the things that poor people experience in general, but the things that just more broadly that Black people are experiencing when there's a lot of Black people around, because okay, maybe you escaped it today, but then you saw your cousin went through this and you saw, and so every time you get together with either family or Black friends, somebody got a story. So you're experiencing it as a collective, even if this particular day or this particular week or that particular location, you didn't experience it. And it's some isolation that it produces. Like it's very weird. So that's gonna be my prediction. That person is either lying or they come from the environment I'm describing, which is still BS, but it's the microaggressions the microaggressions go over their head. That's a very good way to describe it. But It's like some Twilight Zone. When I would first encounter it, was like some Twilight Zone stuff.
Judy, let's get together and we can write a like a little spoof on it, like a little short film.
I had a story about, like, I had a friend who worked in an office, and there was and this was San Francisco. It was a Black woman, notably Black, like couldn't pass for anything else. She was a Black gay Mormon, and everybody else in the office was a bunch of like hippy dippy, like liberal San Francisco, mostly white males. And she said this in a meeting that, well, she's never experienced racism. She's one person in particular I'm thinking about. And even the white people in the office were looking like, she's crazy. Like, how? Because they're white and they know the things and that see the things that other white people say and do and stuff. And she was just like, no, I never experienced, and said this in a meeting. And everybody's like looking at her like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Well, hold on. This person that claims to be a Black woman in the chat who's never experienced racism. First of all, there are a lot of cosplaying folks behind handles on social media that show up in chats, that show up online and claim to be Black women in particular. And again, I mean, maybe don't be so hard on the trans community, because it seems as though y'all love assuming the personas of Black women when it suits you, when you want to try to score some little goofy political points. And again, it's antithetical to the majority of Black people's lived experience. We don't go looking for racism. Young Black children, when they get called the N-word or when they get harassed by the police, like, did you guys see the I wish I could remember exactly where it was. I think it was California, Sacramento, California, actually. The Sacramento police drew down on an 8-year-old little boy.
God.
Drew down on him, pulled a gun and pointed the gun at this obvious 8-year-old child. And they tried to say, well, we were looking for a teenager. And it's like, no, this is clearly a little boy. This is not a teenage adolescent. And
where was that? Sacramento?
Sacramento. Yes.
Okay.
I want to say it may have been somewhat recent too, probably in the last week or so. You know what I'm saying? We don't go looking for this shit. This has been Black people's lived experience our whole time here. We would love for it to stop. And how it might stop, maybe 3-Eye Atlas is coming to collect the Caucasians. Franny, we're working on the waiver.
They come in peace, okay? They come in. This is so, I don't have a lot of room here because we're in the weird aspect ratio, but they come in peace. And why wouldn't they? And hopefully they'll take out all this piece of shit, you know.
Hope so too.
Capitalists and stuff. Kim, I wanted subject change, but check out my. I want to just plug the coal gray, or no, it's charcoal gray. Burn it down with Kim Brown. Here it is. It's on the wrong side. The camera switches everything.
Oh man, wait a minute. I wish I knew how to pull you up by yourself.
My breastises way up into the frame.
Thank you, Franny. Yes, you guys, please go check out Burn It Down with Kim Brown.
Sure, it looks good on me too. I mean, I'm saying.
I gotta say, I have not found a piece of the merch that I have not liked, or have not liked the quality or like the fit or the feel of it. Like whoever Printify and Shopify picked to print shit, I'm like, oh, okay, this works. This is great. This is great. We do have Burn It Down with Kim Brown merch, everybody. Thank you for supporting Franny French. Appreciate you showing your heartache. Chichi Macha, you bought stuff too, haven't you?
I have not. It is
okay
on my list. But
then I need to send you something then, because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I mean, like, no, you support with your minutes. You support with your chat, your fingers, your input, your participation. So I appreciate all the support. You guys know this. Hold on, let me bring Lateef up here real quick, because I've seen boxes roll up. Lateef, if you want to assemble any acknowledgments that we need to say what's up to. Take your time. We appreciate everybody joining us. Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is a call-in show. Come on, trolls. You came all the way in here. You better leave a like or dislike. I don't be giving a fuck, to be quite honest. You can dislike the shit as much as you want to. I don't give a god damn. It is engagement. I don't give a shit.
At least drop a super chat at $5 or something.
Hey, speaking of, shout out to 0PE for your super thanks. Thank you so much to Trey D for the big time support. We appreciate it. Rosalba, thank you so much for supporting Classical Breakdown. Everyone that supported Classical Breakdown, we will properly acknowledge next Thursday. The Ear Doctor and I have discussed it. Our next Classical Breakdown is going to be Lionel Richie and the Commodores. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a big show. Really big show. So yeah. So thank you all so much for being here. Lateef, let me know when you're ready, or it's whatever at any time. But thanks all. Do we have anybody else in the queue, girls? You see anybody standing by?
I don't see anyone in there, but I couldn't see anyone before.
No worries.
Oh, but Kim, I put my phone number in the private chat, studio chat.
Okay, so I can't leave. I will not leave the studio until I write down y'all numbers.
If you can, drop me your street address because I want to send you something.
Now, Franny, don't show up on my porch in a box.
You know, I was like bust out of a cake. It's gonna be.
I know you strip on the side. I bet you that's not your first time jumping out of cake.
Yeah, I strip at the old folks' home. Marquee.
Oh, listen, they got cash. That might be a good gig, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Some old man putting his shaky dollar down my breast. Come on, in my cleavage.
That sounds like great money. I bet you that sounds like easy money. Lap dances be 60
I know,
seconds.
because they'll be like, here's a quarter. I'm like, it's at least up to $1.
Right.
Fucking silent generation, like whatever.
Tell your son to bring your T-bills, Papa.
Yeah. Just give me your ATM card.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not like that. Oh, God. Someone did that to my own dad, but that's another story.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
You hear that.
Thank you so much, Kim. And shit, my niece and her girlfriend live there in Nolens, and one of these days I'm gonna get out there. So I'll just give you a heads up in one of the chat streets and be like, meet me in the corner of whatever.
Yes. Let me know.
That'd be great.
I think you'd love New Orleans, Franny. I think New Orleans would speak to you.
Not in the middle of the summer, if you're used to northern.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
What's the best time of year to come there? Mardi Gras?
Now?
Between like October we're still at like, I think it only got up to 82 today, so we're starting to cool down. But yeah, like October through like March it starts getting back up there.
Okay. Well, that's a good long period. All right. See you there.
All right.
Say your Franny.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night. Good night, guys. Even though TikTok is about to officially go to shit, even though it's clearly already headed for shit, if it's not already shit, I follow a number of chefs from their indigenous regions, respective regions, and one of them, or I follow a couple of chefs from New Orleans, and the gentleman goes, we about to go, it's, what'd he say? It's fall, and we in Louisiana, so the weather is about to go from very hot to just hot. and now it's time, and he gave a seafood gumbo recipe. I said, download. Thank you. There go Lateef. We hear you clacking and clacking.
That's me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just just text me your address. You have my phone number now.
Oh, excelente. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
And I won't just show up at your door, but if I do, you know we're going to have a good time.
I'm like, holy shit, y'all. Franny French is on my fucking front porch. Holy shit. Come on in. You need some weed? Or you just smoke? When's the last time you get Are you okay? You thirsty?
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. I didn't bring any Oregon weed because I had to fly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't bring any weed. You're good here. You're good here on weed. We got you on weed.
I figured.
Blah, blah, blah. What time is it, gang? I feel like I'm starting to wind down, and I had brought a little roach clip in here to smoke, and I have misplaced it. So there goes my I was gonna burn one for the nation with the people folks. But y'all, I'm telling you, I just want everybody just to start getting prepared. If you haven't started taking preparation on some level, and it can run the gamut from self-defense to, you know, water, to extra bags of rice. I don't fucking know. Like, just start to accumulate as you are able more supplies in your house, and look up what a proper go bag entails and what you need to pack and shit in case you got a boogie oogie. Oh, it's in my hand. So anyway, do we have any acknowledgments, Latif? I thought I saw some boxes are rolling up. How many people do we have in here live? What's up, Twitch? Come on through, Twitch. Rope Sour be holding us down. What's up, Northern Wedge? Day. Northern Wedge. Did hubby listen to The Boss by James Brown? Did he strut around the house like a rooster? I gave him permission to do that. What was there was another song I wanted to recommend to y'all for listening. So in honor of 3i Atlas, please go listen to Saturn by Stevie Wonder. Turn it up loud. What was another song? I had another song I was going to direct everybody to listen to. I can't remember what it was. Say it again. But Saturn by Stevie Wonder is a great one. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping 3i Atlas do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Just come and just do what needs to be done. Please clean up the situation. That's it. That's all I can ask for.
Come on, 3i. Come down.
Girls, you guys want to make any closing remarks? Any shout out? Any recognitions? Any observations? Anything on your mind you want to let off?
I just want to. Oh, so go ahead.
Okay, stay prepared. And when I'm going to cut, there's actually somebody at my door. I think it's my mother, but I'm going to cut out. It's been fun. Yeah, safe out there. Make sure you have water. You can live for 3 weeks without food. You will die in 3 days without water. So water is your primary. Making sure you got your water source. Peace. And have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Big giant facts, everybody. It's the time. Well, how do they say it in Spanish? El tiempo es ahora. Right now. Yep. Time to get ready is right fucking now. Aliens and Nazis. It's one or the other. I'm pretty convinced of that. So, but you know, Franny, I talked to one of my friends because I was being you talked about the pessimism. I was feeling mighty pessimistic earlier this week. I was like, oh gosh, I don't know what direction this shit is going, but I feel better because again, I just feel like the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, right? I feel inexplicably, unjustifiably, that victory still will be ours. You know what I'm saying? Even if it does get dark, is looking kind of dark, but I think we can still be, and I think we will be victorious because our enemies are fucking morons.
They really are. And you know, I think it's normal to go through periods of feeling like, oh God, are we all just gonna fucking die? You know, I think that's normal. But I think if you like your level set or whatever is, you know, optimism and revolutionary love, then you're good. But you're human. So, I mean, sure. Right. My parting words, I would just say, I love those fucking dolphins that went with the Samud flotilla. And also fuck Israel for like the millionth reason. But, you know, those dolphins, like they're smarter than, I think they're smarter than humans. They are smarter than, they're as smart as humans, I think, but I think they're actually smarter. So maybe that's like the aliens species.
So that's who the aliens could be communicating with. So the next animals or mammals that have or whatever next living beings that have potential to be as so-called sentient. Is that the word? Sentient?
That's how I pronounce it. Sentient.
So it's dolphins, orcas, elephants, primates, you know, the obviously our cousins.
Yeah.
And what was the fifth one? Oh, fucking octopuses are smart as shit.
I heard that. And you know who else is really smart? And this is a weird one, is rabbits.
Really?
Yes. Hair, like the big, yeah, even the smaller rabbits. I saw a whole show on animal. I love any that's amazing animals kind of shit, you know, like, and there was, I forget what it was called. My filmmaker friend later was like, oh yeah, the production values are really cheesy. I'm like, I don't care because those fucking animals are so smart. I mean, there was turtles were really smart and rabbits, parrots, yeah, whatever. But yeah, so I mean, I think we're so arrogant as humans that we've just called everybody else dumb. Like we might be the fucking dumbest out here. You know, I don't know. White people sure are. But you know, not the white people, not the good whites. I don't even have to say that shit.
When I think about how much indigenous knowledge was intentionally destroyed, like literally around the world, literally thousands of years of things that humans knew, and that just because the Europeans didn't know it, or they didn't recognize it, or they didn't think it was as good as they took a torch to it. And it's like, what the fuck is the matter? Like, what is the wrong? What happened? Is everything okay at home? The answer is no. We know it's not okay at home. So anyway, I'm sorry, Franny.
No, I know. It's so easy to oh my God. Well, like, you know, it's, yeah, like Don Hammonds was saying, they were basically pawn scum back in Europe, back in the, you know, it was like, they weren't, yeah. Anyway. Another great book I'll just make a plug for that I love, that a lot of people I'm sure have read in our little community, but How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by Walter Rodney. Such a good book. I want to reread.
I have to read that one.
It's good.
It's just,
or if it's on, you know, book on tape or whatever. I still say book on tape.
You're funny.
Audio. Audio.
Listen, certain things they don't put on Audible. Maybe
yeah, that probably wouldn't be on Audible.
I was looking for Days of Rage on Audible. They didn't have it. I was looking for Dr. Kehinde Andrews' Psychosis of Whiteness on Audible, though they have other books of his on Audible. They didn't have Psychosis of Whiteness last time I checked. But I'm like, come on, that's the main one I want to listen to. Because
I really like Revolutionary Audible, you know.
Oh my God. Like, don't get me started.
Raw. Yeah.
That is, and you know, that is a need that I see, Franny, but again, I don't have resources and I'm not good at relationship building. So it's like, I recognize that there's a problem with revolutionary texts that don't make it to audiobook. So thereby rendering it inaccessible to at least some folks, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if we're going to be revolutionary, let's be accessible, you know, and inclusive in our revolutionary dispensation of knowledge, right? If we're going to make it available for everybody, you know what I mean? And that's not a diss to anybody, because I understand that takes resources. That's a whole nother thing within itself, but that's what accommodation is, right? Like if you really want everybody to be there, then it may take a couple extra steps to make sure that everybody can be there and that everybody can participate. So accommodation is not meant to be a burden. It's meant to be a lift, a help, a hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. So. Absolutely. Well, Kimmy.
Franny.
It's so good to see you.
You too. It's always good to see you. It's always good to hear you. It's always good to see you in the chat. It's always good. I'm very grateful for viewers like you, Franny, and supporters like you. And I'm just thank you for continuing to show up here in Black Liberation Media. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't tired of us yet, which is great.
No, I just need more. And if my schedule hadn't changed, I mean, I was like every morning faithful up at 5 out here in the West Coast.
Do you know what I want you to do, Franny? Can I give you an assignment?
Yeah.
Even if it's for your own, go to your local post office or call them or whatever and see if they have the Asada wanted FBI posters. if they still have some.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Good idea. Yeah, Rest in Power, Asada.
Mm-hmm.
That's another fucking awesome book. And I mean, it's kind of relevant and also slightly off topic, but her poetry is amazing. Amazing. And it's
Indeed.
all peppered throughout her, autobiography.
Man,
And it's really powerful. I mean, like, geez, yeah. What an amazing fucking life. Yeah, we need a fucking movie about that. Hi. Not some, whatever. Everything has to change. We'll do it. We'll Marie Kondo this fucking world into something better,
I think we can. I think it's totally possible, but I think, Rome has to fall, and Rome is doing a great job of fucking itself up right now. So, we'll just try to survive. So long as we can survive the collapse, I think that is our primary responsibility, to be honest. Like we need to survive the collapse and do what we can to hasten the collapse. But they're doing a good job on their own. So, maybe we don't have to do shit.
Yeah. Or 3i Atlas, a name that has so little ring to it that it actually has a ring. You know what I mean? Like it actually works because it has so little ring. It's clunky. But I wonder what they call themselves.
We may find out. But I appreciate them stunting. You know what I mean? Because the previous two interstellar objects, Oumuamua and the other one, it's not Voltron. It's like Bortec. I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but them joints was like the size of like football fields. This shit is 6 miles wide. It's like, oh, well, you can't miss that, can you?
Those are things that were, because I don't know much about it, but were those the things that were like they were long and or they were wide and they had lights all around and they were like hovering over,
Oh, so those are kind of like the widely recognized, but I think formally unacknowledged. So I remember when the Arizona lights, the Phoenix lights, I remember when that happened.
I watched that. That was the name of the documentary. I watched it because I think it was you who was talking about it. And I was like, I'll watch that. And it was really fascinating. Yeah. Great.
It was. And then the way the government, the local officials there, I mean, white people are so fucking unserious. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, everyone saw the shit. And they trying to be like, oh, it was the Martian. It's like, people saw this. Everybody saw it. Many, many people saw it. Stop playing in people's face because y'all not ready to have a conversation.
Right. And like to a fucking person, I remember this about it, to a person, all the people who saw it were like, I felt so safe and warm and it came in peace. Like they knew they're here in peace. They didn't feel a threat. They're like, I felt the opposite of threatened. I just felt, this like friendly, almost like a love vibe or something. And I'm like, of course. I mean, if they're coming here from all these other fucking galleries through like wormholes or whatever, they don't give a fuck about us. I mean, that's well, they want to take over Earth for what?
For what?
I mean, it would be a beautiful place, but we just took a giant shit on it. What do we have here that they don't already have? They've got fucking mega cool, spaceships and shit. Do they really need what do they want to take it through the drive-through? I mean, what are we doing here?
But that's what I'm saying. They probably don't have dolphins. But I don't know what the fuck they got. They probably got some kangaroo dolphins. I don't know. They probably got some other stuff, but they want to come, I don't know why, girl. I can't even speculate, but I just want to be clear. I am not crazy. No,
you're not. I mean, I looked up that because I hadn't heard of 3i Atlas until you. And then I'm like, oh, look into it. And then I saw a couple, I forget the guy's name, Loeb or something.
Avi Loeb. Now I'm a little skeptical. I'm not sure whether or not to be skeptical of Avi Loeb or not.
Really? I don't know. I'm kind of having it. Is he Zio? But
that's what I'm trying to figure out because I saw an interview with him where he made a joke about that his reports and his estimations about 3i Atlas are distractions from the Epstein files, and he made a joke about him having space lasers too. Obviously, I'm assuming that he's Jewish. I really don't know, but I don't know his politics. I don't know if he's Zio or not.
Politics, but I will just say I agree with him. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, because I was kind of interested in this stuff then, very much interested in it, and And I was like, but it doesn't make any sense that there wouldn't be another humanoid or something life form or some other life form that's an intelligent life form on another planet. And I remember all the adults like, you're so stupid. It's like, no, you're stupid because we're here. We're kind of the proof of that this happens in other, galactic situations or whatever scenarios. I mean, what the fuck,
But let me tell you, all of that little green men and, aliens don't exist, all of that propaganda that happened post Roswell happened in 1946, 1947. It's really just proof positive at how easy that the American people can be indoctrinated and conditioned into discrediting alternative ways of thinking, right? Like anybody, because you and I are kind of an age to remember people who would talk about ghosts or people who would talk about haunted spaces or even extraterrestrials. They were discounted, you know what I mean, or smeared or discredited. Like, oh, you must be crazy. No one believes in ghosts. No one believes in aliens or UFO. You think the UFO is going to come down again? Like all of the kind of snarky, very snide, condescending attitudes during the 70s and 80s towards even the possibility that UFOs could be real or paranormal shit, Bigfoot could be real. Like, and now that shit is mainstream. Travel Channel, that's their whole goddamn programming lineup. Fucking ghosts and aliens and Bigfoot and shit.
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you would just be called like crazy.
Crazy. Are you crazy?
Similar to how you're, like, oh, you're so radical. Like, it's all right. How would I tell you what you are? That never goes very well when you then turn around and tell someone what they are. That doesn't go. But yeah. Well, I hope they get here soon because like something's got to change. Unless it is just a smoke screen for the Epstein files. But like
let's hope.
I feel like the Epstein files are a smoke screen for the genocide. Like everything's kind of or the other genocides that they don't even talk about.
Listen, watch my show Tuesday. I'm not doing the Epstein files per se, but there were so many stories of nasty PDF files to come out over the past like 10 days, and how many of them have ties to Trump and ties to people in the White House. And that's not my lane, for any friends. That's not my rabbit hole. I don't give, not to say I do give a fuck that there's a cabal of pedophiles like anywhere, whether or not they're in power or they're, on the goddamn street corner. I don't give we don't want that at all. But I'm like, God damn, how the fuck did all y'all get caught around the same time? And all of y'all are the worst of the worst, absolutely deplorable, reprehensible dirtbags. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I got a busy show on Tuesday. We're going to get into that. But Franny, I'm going to turn you loose because I'm going to set myself loose here. What time is it? 9:17. What we've been on.
Late. Thanks for letting me hang out for so long. This was great.
Franny, you're always welcome. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is welcome. All the folks, especially y'all that have been here for a while. I see you, Holly Horn. I see you, Sweary Fairy. Like, y'all can always click the link. It's whatever. You know me. I don't try to clown my folks. And for some reason, we've never had any opposition to take us up on on the invitation to join the stream. Of course, which are always welcome. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't no punks over here. Y'all can come up here and say what the fuck you need to say.
Yeah. And shout out to Holly Horn. I love me some Holly Horn.
Shout out
she's
to
in
Holly
so
Horn.
many I'm in so many chats with her, and she's just like, beautiful person, Holly Horn. I can tell.
I am appreciative of the people that gravitate to this chat and to this platform and to related channel platforms and chats. Like, I'm really appreciative for that because everybody that I've met in person, for any French, everybody's dope.
Good.
Thank you, Chichi Matcha.
And Latif stepping in tonight.
Oh, Latif, did we have any acknowledgments? We did. We definitely did. I definitely saw boxes rolling up. Oh, okay. Well, they looked at like they was boxes. Okay, well, if anybody did run us support, I deeply apologize. If you want to, you can, I guess. BIDWKB, that's us on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Nicole Wires, thank you so much for your PayPal support. Keith, that I already acknowledged you. Trey D, of course, thank you so much. Franny French, you run some super chats in addition
Not tonight.
to. I
No,
know, but
I
you run them, but you run them in life, Franny. I mean, you don't have
I'm
to.
just.
I know, but you don't have. It don't have to be a tonight to get a thank you. You
Oh,
know
no,
what I'm saying? You
Oh,
run it
okay.
in the
I
past.
thought you just misunderstood and thought that there was a box for me.
No, but you. I
Oh
know,
yeah,
but you,
no, totally.
so no.
I'm always happy to be able to do it and to do it, and yeah, it's ill-gotten gains, so I might as well dispossess myself of some of it. You know.
Listen, Franny, the only thing I ask of you is that when the opportunity presents itself, that you be a Karen for righteousness. That's it. I just want you to Karen for righteousness. I want you to go viral for Karening for rightfulness.
I want to. I need to. Like, come on, get in my face. Say some shit. Get in someone else's face. Get in the little 8-year-old kid, black kid's face, and I'll punch you in the face. How about that? I go fucking viral. I can't fucking. It's disgusting. About that 8-year-old kid you were just talking about.
I would say look at it, but maybe don't look at it because it's upsetting. You know what I mean? Like these things are upsetting, but you know, people like that dumb. Let me not. Well, man, you're a fucker. But whoever the fuck the dumb bitch was that came in here talking about she black and she never experienced racism, go talk to that 8-year-old. Go talk to that 8-year-old child who was dressed in his football uniform, being driven to football practice by his single black mother. They weren't committing any laws, weren't breaking any laws, weren't committing any crimes, and yet the police pulled out their pistol and drew down on the 8-year-old for what? I'm sorry, you thought that what was that, practice? What are we talking about? But my point is, that's racism, you dumb. See you next Tuesday, you dumb fucking bitch.
Yeah, it happens to other people. It happens to other people. Like, you know, that's the thing about it. Like, maybe it didn't happen to you personally, maybe, but it happens to other people. So you should give a shit. And it's irrelevant what your experience is at some point because it's so widespread. 100%. It's baked into the whole fucking system. That's what Shay needs to understand. I think their name was Shay. And this is the system we're in. We're in a racist fucking system. That's where we live and work and pay taxes.
And it could happen to your child. If you think that no matter what level of privilege, economic privilege, class privilege, social privilege that you are providing for your child, it does not matter. Racism doesn't care. White supremacy doesn't care. Your child, if they are visibly presenting as black and or other, they are immediately rendered as less than, you know what I'm saying, and are susceptible to experience racist violence, either from the state or from some random fucking cracker. Like, you got to look big picture here, Shay.
Let's look at the disproportionate number of black people locked up behind bars in this country. Just go look at that. Or go look at the schools and how the fucking, like, every fucking system in this country works against black people. Every single system you can think of, education, the carceral system, you know, fucking real estate, like whatever it is, you know, every single system. But you didn't experience any racism. Okay. Oh, I say, oh, Faye.
Shane, look at, anyway, there's so many countless black communities that were buried under highway projects or outright burned down by white supremacists because of jealousy, because of whatever, whatever. But the two that I recently found out about was the black community in Northern Virginia that was paved under, dug up, displaced to make way for Dulles International Airport. And the other one was a black community, self-sufficient, thriving black community in Alexandria, Virginia, that was displaced and fucked up to make way for the Pentagon. Like, this is the story of America, black people in America over 150 years. Every
Mhm.
time we so-called pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, we become economically independent. We create our own communities. We had our own shit. Here come the crackers. Here come the whites. Either militias doing racist violence, or the racist ones doing the racist policies
Mhm.
that eliminated black communities and black economic empowerment. None of this shit is by accident. None of this shit is because black people did anything fucking wrong except exist in this rotten goddamn colony.
Yeah.
But there's no
Yeah.
point in trying to explain this shit like it's
No.
this kind of shit to these motherfuckers, Franny, because they don't want to hear it. They don't care, and they won't go investigate it and read it on their own, and they won't make the connections.
But
And
you know, I bet they'll want the ADOS check that comes from.
I have no idea, girl. I'm wondering. I need to go look and see what the FBA black folks are talking about after these videos of these Chicago raids. Like, what? You still
Yeah.
got your American flag in your little handle, or what? We found foundational black Americans, or this is our country too? It is our military. Okay, what's that look like in Chicago, DC? Anyway, Franny, I'm gonna go because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, go eat. It's late. I'm gonna go and sit on my neighbor's porch and look at the sunset because it's still early out here.
Oh, well, beautiful. Well, you enjoy your evening, friend. You put your feet up, you kick back, relax.
I
Catch a
will.
contact.
You too. I hope you have something yummy for dinner. And yeah, if you think of it, text me your address. If not, you know, I know where to find you, and I'll just be back on one of these. Yapping. Love you so much.
Love you too, Franny. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody. Thanks for hanging. If you're still hanging out.
All right. Say again. Oh, we got an acknowledgement.
Do you kick me out, or do
Oh
I?
no, wait. You may have to. How do I remove Francis?
How do? Oh, Lee Studio. I found it. Bye.
Bye. Nat A. What's that? Next year, girl. You think America gonna be here next year? They said Trump. I didn't verify this, guys, but if you got like Apple Maps or Google Maps, check and see what Washington D.C. is labeled as. I heard on a TikTok rumor that it just says Washington. No, it no longer says D.C. for District of Columbia. Yeah, buddy. Nah, man. It's the shit is real. We live in the real times right now. But Nat A, keep me posted, baby. Thank you so much, Nat A. Please be sure. Tell your people about our girl. Is her name Samantha Marion? Ms. Marion from Shelby County, who had to let the chopper sing on the pastor. The pastor was out of pocket, and you know, not the pastor's best moment in his final moments. But my point is this: they're going to be having Ms. Marion's trial in and around Nashville. So please tell your folks about this lady's story, because we need black women on that goddamn jury. We need black women who understand that we're the only one that's going to protect us is us. And we need black women that understand that. So that is your political education assignment to it. You ain't got to tell people one way or the other, but please tell them about Samantha Marion and what she is facing and why people need to answer their jury summons. So thank you, Nat A, for your support, your long time support. We appreciate it. So, gang, I think do I have all my shit lined up so I can make a smooth exit? Because y'all know sometimes my exits do not always be smooth. They don't always be smooth. Okay, perfect. So thank you all so much. Who else we got in here? Isis, the Swery and the Fairies. Albert C, thank you so much. Oh, shout out to the Snowman. Shout out to Jamon. Thank you, X Freeman. Wendy, thank you so much, Wendy. Dawn Hammond, thank you so much for calling up. Chichi Macho, of course. Francis, thank you so much for calling in. Yipper. Thank you, Yipper. Who else? Okay, peace, KJ Sakuma. Thank you so much. We appreciate the brubs checking in. Always love the brubs. Brubs, I need y'all to go download some Bob Villain. Bob Villain be speaking that uplift shit from a black man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all assignment is to go listen to Stevie Wonder's Saturn and think about 3-Eye Atlas. Going back to Saturn where the rings are gold. I'm sorry. Is that it? Hey, peace, Tara. John Trudell, thank you all so much. Please like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Please don't forget to check out Saturdays with Renee, Black Liberation Media. Black Liberation Media, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. LJ! Oh, LJ, Reverend Doctor. LJ, pray for us all. Pray for 3-Eye Atlas to come collect the Caucasians. We have to write our waivers out for our favorite Caucasians. Exemptions must be given. But if they're coming to collect the majority of the Caucasians, oh yeah, they can come on and do that, please. And thank you. So anyway, thank you so much to Will and Molly, even though Will's not here. Thank you so much to Lateef and Molly for tonight. Classical breakdown, all available to you on Black Liberation Media. Please go subscribe and set your bells and notifications. Please be safe out here, guys. Know your rights. And if you don't know your rights, or if you do know your rights, go tell someone else who may not know their rights. Okay, guys? Just because the police come, boom, 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 boom. You don't have to answer the fucking door. I know that shit sounds like answer the fucking door. You do not have to answer the fucking door. You don't. You